Parashat Bo. In this week's parasha, there are many fascinating stories and events that happen, and yet there are also some things that it's really appropriate to take a pause and try to analyze them. Maybe we can come up with something that would speak, that would speak to us personally. So therefore, I try to prepare a few questions and try to answer those questions. It's like an old style of doing, in the commentators who used to write during, the time of Abarbanel and so on and so forth. They do it like this, and I think sometimes it's a very good practice to just go with questions. So I'm going to present you with 4 questions today. Since we're talking about Yetziat Mitzrayim, let's try to make 4 different questions on the matter. So the first question that that I had a problem with is, and by the way, first of all, the quite famous questions, they're not my own questions. The first question is, why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu tell Moshe, or why did he use these words? Bo el Paro. Come to Paro. Why didn't he say, go to Paro, lech? Same thing as he told Avraham Avinu, lech lecha, lech. Why bo el Paro? I mean, it sounds a little different. The second question would be, why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is a very difficult question, why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu take from Paro something that is or at least it seems that he did, something that is quite fundamental for our existence, which is free choice. Why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu take from him free choice? The third one, why did Paro wanted to know who exactly is going? Mi ve'mi ha'olchim. Who is going to the desert? I want to know. Well, what am you give us a limit. Maybe 100 people go, 1,000 people go, so and so and so forth. Why are you using the term mi ve'mi ha'olchim? Who is going? And the fourth question is, why is HaKadosh Baruch Hu telling Moshe to tell Paro that we're only going for 3 days? Going for 3 days, we're going to come back. I mean, we're going to the desert, a little vacation. We're going to Aruba, we're going to the Dominican, to chill out a little bit in the desert, throw a little shish kebab here and there, maybe smoke a hookah. I'll come back 3 days, no big deal, just let me go. Why does he tell them to the Jewish women, tell the Jewish women to borrow, wink wink, from your neighbors, gold and silver and dresses? What kind of thing is this? So these are the 4 questions we deal. So let's say, Be'ezrat Hashem, if we can go and try to answer them, and not only answer that, is to try to learn something internally for ourselves as well, because I do think that does point out. We're not going to make it long, but we try to make it to the point. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Moshe, Bo el Paro. Come to Paro. Bo, some Mefarshim say, Bo letocho mamash. Think like him. Come inside of him. Try to go down to the bottom of Paro. Try to understand how he thinks, how he operates. Try to reach out inside of him. Maybe there is a chance that, what would you think will happen if you'll be able to see how he thinks, how he operates? What do you think could happen? What's the chance for what? Chance for peace? A chance for what? Maybe there's a chance for tshuva. Maybe Paro can make tshuva and repent. But how is this possible? How can a person make tshuva if HaKadosh Baruch Hu tightens up his heart? Ichbid livo, makes it heavy. How is it possible? The Zohar brings that Moshe Rabbeinu needed to go and this time reach out inside of Paro to break what the Zohar called klipa kasha meod, a husk, a spiritual husk that close from within, and it's very hard. If we try to imagine what it will be the difference between trying to break a peanut shell to a coconut shell. When a person, and we'll see exactly what happened, when a person does certain things, sometimes he covers himself, his soul, with shields, with husks, we call it klipot, that needs to be shells, that needs to break. So this time he says, go inside, like come inside of Moshe, break this klipa, which is very difficult. Now Moshe is hesitating. Moshe is hesitating because he was aware that that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants him to do. HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not need to tell Moshe detailed things. He tells him, go, and Moshe understands exactly what he wants. As we said previously, that one of the interpretations of divine enlightenment is to understand what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from you. Moshe Rabbeinu was such a level, he understood. So Boel Paro, he understood what he needs to do. He hesitated. How could he do that? But I have the powers to do such a thing, and maybe Paro will kill me altogether. I can't do that. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to him, Bo, come with me. You're not alone. I'm going to go with you. I'm not going to leave you. We're going to walk together. I'm going to lead, and I'm going to say to you, Bo, come. Don't be afraid. It could be done. I'm with you all the way through. Unlike Avraham Avinu need to do a special task that was designed to him. It means go. On your own. Lech lecha levatcha. Go on your own. Here HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to Moshe, come with me. So therefore, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to him, you need to speak to him, and I'll be there, and we'll try to break this Yesod HaKlipa, that core of call it spiritual opaqueness in him, that spiritual closing that he can't, that we'll try to crack it, so maybe some light will be able to come in and out of this person. But the question is like this. As we say, Ma inyan Shmita behar Sinai, what's us to do Shmita with Har Sinai? The question should be asked, therefore, Ma inyan tshuva etzel Paro? Akhpat li from Paro. They make tshuva, doesn't make tshuva. Ma inyan beze? Well, first of all, we need to understand that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has rachamim and mercy, and He cares about each and every one of His creations. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, yesh lo rachamim. He doesn't want the wicked man to die. He wants to give him a chance. But there's something here fundamental that we have to understand, and yet we have to remember. We have to remember that the purpose of giving all these plagues, all the makot, in Mitzrayim, the whole production of the 10 plagues that came on Mitzrayim, is not to cause Paro to let go of the Jews. HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not need to do all these miracles to make Paro go. Yeah, once they'll go. There's no question here. But to teach us and to teach all the nations, למען דעת כל גויי הארץ, כי השם הוא האלוקים בשמיים מעל ועל הארץ מתחת, אין עוד. In order to learn, to teach the people, to show the people that God, Hashem, is the God. Up in the heaven, down in the earth, nobody is God but God. And all, that's it. It's the only one. The one and only. All the matot, we need to see it that we'll understand, and we need to see it for we'll remember that it is very easy to forget That's one of the reasons why we are commanded every single day to remember Yetziat Mitzrayim, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out of there, and to remember that He is God, and even more so, to teach the children that. And we'll see how does it really come to play towards the end of the parasha. In a way, the otot, or the moftim, were done to implant this concept in the DNA, in the genes of every Jew. It's so much rooted into us. But, so therefore that's the bo. Come. Understand him. Even if he's your enemy, in order to conquer your enemy, or to make peace with him, one way or another, you will have to understand how they think. One of the problems that the West has with non-Western entities, like for example, Muslims or Asians, is that the West assumption is that everybody thinks like a Western. And it's completely wrong. And unless you're going to understand how they think, how they operate, immerse yourself in their culture, you're not going to either make peace nor win the war. It's going to be an ongoing struggle of who's going to, perish first, who's going to collapse first. It's going to be an ongoing battle. And that's something you have to remember. One way or another, you have to know who's standing in front of you. So that's the bo. The second question was, maybe it's the $1 million question. What happened to free choice? I remember years ago I had one of my Talmidim, his biggest problem was that Kadosh Baruch Hu took the free choice from Moshe, from Paro. Regardless of what I tried to explain to him, he was never willing to accept that. It was a big thing to him. Today, Baruch Hashem is sitting down in Yerushalayim and he's reading books and he's a big Talmid Chacham and so on and so forth, becomes an expert in so many different things. But there was a big fundamental thing to the point that he was willing to say, okay, you know what, something here is not sitting right with me. So we need to put special carefulness and try to be aware of what exactly happened here. And did really HaKadosh Baruch Hu take his free choice? But that's something that we need to learn as well. In Midrash Rabbah, it says that when a person does averot, keshe ha'adam chote, when he does averot, he attracts upon himself what is so-called ruach tum'ah, spirit of impurity. Moshech ruach shel tum'ah. The tum'ah does not just jump on you. If you are a kadosh person, most people are kadosh to begin with. We are not born impure. We are born pure. The impurity comes to us many times because we call it. It does not come by itself, because it doesn't have a permission to come and filth you. You call it. Remember the story about this Hasidim that the Rabbi gave him a shmuz before Rosh Hashanah to do tshuva and so on and so forth. And he said to him, Rabbi, but the Yetzer Hara keeps coming to our houses. He told him about keeping your house kosher. So he said to them, do not open the door for him. Because once you open the door, he will put his foot at the door, and then slowly he'll push you in. Don't open the door. Don't call him. So when a person starts to do averot, becomes a choteh, starts to do averot, slowly, he has tum'ah. That tum'ah will attract more tum'ah. Remember the famous song of the Ibn Ezra, Mitzvah goreret mitzvah, ve'avera goreret avera. Right? And mitzvah attracts another mitzvah. Law of attraction. This would be New Age. Right? You do mitzvot, you get another mitzvah. You do an avera, you get another avera. It becomes a chain reaction. The problem is that at a certain point, when is your free choice? When do you have free choice? Your free choice comes to do the first avera or not to do the first avera. Once those averot become of a habit, you don't have anymore a choice to do or not to do. It becomes a habit. For example, right now, let's say, for example, there is cocaine in front of us, God forbid. You have a choice to use or not to use, to be or not to be. To be what? A junkie. Why? Because after you inhaled this or whatever you did, sniffed it the first time, it's very difficult to break. You lost your free choice once you made the wrong decision. In order to come back, you need tremendous powers. You need a tremendous will to break that habit. As much as people become junkies for drugs, people become junkies for averot. It's out of your control. You lost your control the first time you make your choice. You decide if you're going to have the control from this point on, or you make a conscious decision not to have it. So that's what the Midrash Rabbah tells us. And the Midrash Rabbah tells us that when a person like Paro that was immersed in Avodah Zarah, his whole existence was Avodah Zarah, would rather die than to leave his tum'ah to the side. A person would rather die knowingly that he's going to put the drug into him than to say, I'm not doing it, I need help, I'm not doing it on my own, it's going to hurt, it's going to suffer. But I have to have this. That he's not going to say. He's willing to die for his habit. People will be willing to die like Paro. He didn't care if it's going to be 11th Makkah. I'm difficult. Just not to go like this. So he did have a free choice according to this explanation. He just decided to give it up. Now, what does it mean though? You're going to ask me, but that's very nice. But what does it mean that HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Achbidet livo? It says it doesn't have a free choice. You don't understand. Achbidet livo is I am going to allow the tum'ah to take over him. I am not going to interfere in that process. I'm not going to come in and throw at him the spark of Kedusha that one day he's going to wake up and he's going to say, what am I doing? I'm just going to allow this to happen. I'm going to allow it to deteriorate. As much as the Gemara says, Habali tameh, potchim lo. You want to impurify yourself? You open the door, you walk there on your own. Habali ta'er, if you come to purify yourself, mesayim lo. You get a special heavenly support if you want to purify yourself. Kadosh Baruch Hu says, I'm not going to let him, I'm not going to let it happen. I'm going to open the door, let him walk. Now, but there's another explanation. So this is something that you have to remember as well. You got to observe your actions. You have a choice to make. There's no such thing, oh, I have to do this. You have a choice. In everything you do, there is a choice. And the other explanation is a little different. And maybe even a little, maybe the opposite. There are three ways to operation between man and his creator, between HaKadosh Baruch Hu, between humans and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. One of them is a person operates through Yirat Achet. Then we have, Yirat Onesh, fear of punishment. Then we have fear of chet, of the sin. Then we have yirat haromemut. The fear of, let's say, what is romemut, we'll see what it is. Yirat ha'onesh. What's exactly yirat ha'onesh? A person is afraid to do an averah because he's afraid of the punishment. Simple. I don't want to be, burned in hell, whatever it is. He doesn't want to do the averah. He wants to pay his taxes on time. Doesn't want to run the red light. He doesn't want to get the punishment. Not the best way of operating, but still a way of interaction between God. The next one is yirat hachet. A little different to what we got used to when we say yirat chet. Yirat hachet is a little bit of an image issue. It is very important for the person to maintain the image of a tzaddik. He wants to everybody, I don't want to have a reputation that I'm a good man. I don't want to destroy that. In the case of Paro, it was a little different. In the case of Paro, he says, I want to maintain the status of super king, of super leader. Therefore, I'm going to maintain this cleanness attitude, even though inside of me I'm really not. But, maybe the regular politician out there. I want to belong to this exclusive club of righteous people who do things, better than anybody else. I am better than anybody else. That's why I got elected to my position, whatever that would be, parliament, senate, etc., etc. I belong to this elite club. So I don't want to destroy my reputation. That's why I'm not going to do any chata'im. I don't care about the punishment. I care about the chet. I don't care about the punishment. I care about the chet. I don't want this thing to stick to my name. We can think of many examples. Yirat ha'romemut. Romemut means liot merumam, is to be elevated high. Is I do the things I do without any intellectual motives, logic, or emotional. I do the things I do because I feel and I know and I feel it inside that is the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. That kind of interaction between man and God was not taken away from Paro. Because if HaKadosh Baruch Hu would have taken that from Paro, he would not have been able to send Am Yisrael free. That's why Paro at the end tells Moshe Rabbeinu, Kumu tzeu, get up and leave. Get up and leave. And not only that, get up and leave, and also bless me. Baruchu oti. Baruchu oti. Paro became a bracha seeker, going to Mekubalim, give me a bracha, give me a bracha. What's the matter with you, Paro? Well, there are also few explanations to that. The first one is that Paro, really the bottom line is that Paro is selfish. Yes, he made tshuva. He's the same selfish brat as he was. Instead of saying, Baruchu et ami, bless my people, he said, bless me. I don't care about the people. Bless me. I know that God is God. Do me a favor. Bless me. I need a special bracha. I don't care about Mitzrayim. I care about myself. Yeah. I want to stay in power. I need special bracha. I don't want the people to be angry with me. Give me a bracha so I can still stay the king. He made tshuva. And there are those who say, Mefarshim, that Paro did not send Am Yisrael from fear, because he didn't care if he gets makot. They said, what? Dam, okay, bring it on. Next one. So there, okay, there. Next one, I don't care. Arov, Dever, Shchin, Marad. Bring it on, I don't care. Lo mefached. He does not do it because also become mishum koach. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells him, send them out. I don't care who is God, I'm going to send them out. I'll do what I want. I'm the king. But rather at the end from understanding, a complete understanding that what? She'Hashem hu Elokim, that God is God. Somewhat of a tshuva. Yes, it did not last a long time. After a while, got on his chariot and put on the Egyptian Ferrari and went chasing them in the desert. But he knew internally inside that this is his historical job. That's what he was supposed to do inside, regardless of all logic. Yes, other people will rebel against us and so on and so forth. But this is the right thing to do. I'm going to tell you that. That is a madrega. That also is a level in Avodat Hashem that sometimes we need to strive to be, yes, on that level of Paro at that time to say, Kumutseu. To do things because it doesn't make sense. That's where emunah comes. When you come to yeshiva and to learn, it doesn't make sense. The whole world tells you have to put your effort, go to school, get to the best school, go to this school, do this, do that. You're coming to learn. Why? Because you know this is the right thing to do. People, why are you putting a kippah on your head? Well, it's the right thing to do. I'll give you a heter. I'll find a heter. You don't have to wear a kippah. I know you can find me a heter. But that's the right thing to do. I'm not doing it because of fear. Because I want to. Why, you became religious? Why, you became crazy? What's the matter with you? You fanatic? No, I'm not fanatic. That's the right thing to do. I discovered that I need to live with God, so He would allow me to walk with Him. And that's the right thing to do. Regardless of what you think about me, that's what I need to do. That's a great level. And if you think about it, not so many people reach this level of Paro, Yirat HaRomemut. It's a high madrega. That will bring us to the third question. Why does Paro want to know who exactly is going? And really, this question has to do with the next question as well, but we'll try to separate it. Paro, like many other great leaders of the world, think that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is so aloof, so removed from the world, he does not have time or business to deal with little people. Therefore, they think that God only deals with wise people, old people, and even them, he doesn't really have a lot of time to. Comes Moshe and tells him, no. We all go. Why? Because the answer, and I'll tell you what are we answering. Am Israel answers, Ki mi'afar yarim dal u'me'eshpot yarim evyon. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will take the most insignificant person and rise him up from the dirt, from the ashes, from the garbage. He's going to pick up the poor ones and he's going to make them rich. In other words, HaKadosh Baruch Hu cares about everybody. Not only that he cares, he intervenes and he pays attention on everyone, even the most insignificant person. And then we answer also, Mi ke'elokenu agbi'i lashavet, hamashpili li'ot b'shamayim u'ba'aretz. Yes, Hashem is up, is high. Not only is high, is the highest of all. And he still puts his head down to look at those who are here in this land, all of us. But what was the question? The question was that the Goyim tell us, Ram al kol Goyim Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is above all nations. Al Hashamayim kevodo. He cares about heaven. He doesn't care about us. And we tell him, no, he cares about everything, up above and down here. The poor man as the rich man. The important man, or whatever you think is not important. We're all important. That's the tshuva of Am Yisrael. And not only that, then Moshe goes and tells Paro, and you know why we are going? Ki chag hu leHashem. It's a holiday. And what do we say on a holiday? Nagila v'nismecha bo. Because the simcha, the joy of Am Yisrael is be'avodat Hashem. When Am Yisrael does avodat Hashem, that's when they have simcha. Not like when other people have simcha, they go to the bar, they do an Oktoberfest, they do the drink, and we're not like this. Our simcha is simcha Torah. When we finish a masechta, we dance. We have a meal. On simcha Torah, we dance. Avodat Hashem is simcha. And Paro thinks, he says, but avodah is only in korbanot. Agvarim ilchu. Let the man go. Because the avodah is only by korbanot. And korbanot men do. Paro doesn't understand that being besimcha, being in understanding that simcha, joy, is also avodat Hashem. Is a part of avodat Hashem. Is avodah by itself to be sameach. You cannot do avodat Hashem when you're miserable. Simcha is avodat Hashem. To be happy. When you be happy, you're positive. And when you're positive, you can do things. When you don't have simcha, you're down. You don't want to do anything. You become bitter. You point fingers at everybody. Simcha is avodat Hashem. Nagila v'nismecha beHashem. Nagila, we'll rejoice and we'll be happy with Hashem. That's the simcha. That's when a person comes, whatever happens outside, you're starting to learn Torah, throw everything behind you. Immerse yourself in the Torah. You're going to have simchat olam, eternal joy. That's avodat Hashem. And Paro does not give up. Paro says, okay, so fine. So let the man go. Let the man go. She says, no. No way. Betapenu, with our children, uviskenenu, and we are elders, we're going to go. We're not going with the old. We are going for the kids. Why are we doing that? We're not leaving the kids behind, and we are going there so you could prey on our children and destroy our future. We're going to take the kids with us, and we're going to educate them be'avodat Hashem. We're going to take them with us to show them an example. We're not leaving the kids behind. I saw something from Rav Moshe Steinbruch. Rav Steinbruch is something that was horrible. When there was Aliyat HaNoar, when they brought the children back to Israel, they separated the children from the parents. And we lost them a lot. The older and the children could have come. You cannot just build the country on young children. The old are important as well. Otherwise you uproot them completely and then you get what you get. Moshe Rabbeinu says, no way. We are all going. After that there is a little machloket. I thought it was taking a little longer than I thought. There's a little machloket between, quote unquote, machloket between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Moshe Rabbeinu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Moshe Rabbeinu, listen, take the blood, paint the mezuzot, and then paint on top with blood. Take the oregano or asap, dip it in the blood, the two posts of the door, the mezuzot, and then the post on top, the mashkof. You do it like this. Moshe Rabbeinu comes and reverse the order. He says, do the top and do the sides. What's the inyan here? The dam, the blood, hints for something very important in Jewish life. It's called Mesirut Nefesh. Dedication of the soul. Handing over your nefesh. Of what? This is what Am Yisrael leans onto. And that's called Chinuch HaBanim. Education of the children is a pillar of Am Yisrael. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Moshe, listen, the parents need to be leveled. They need to be leveled in order to educate the child that is the upper beam. If you're going to take the two sides and they're not balanced, you get what we have, Ben Sorer u'Moreh. When the parents don't speak the same language, not language in terms of communication, the father tells him something, the mother tells him something else. What do you get? You get a brat. The parents need to speak the same as one person. When the father speaks or the mother speaks, it's like both of them are speaking at the same time. This is a rule in education of the kids. You can't say one thing and then your wife will override it, or the other way around. You override your wife. You have to be on the same page. If you want to have, this is the education. Why on the bait? Because that's the bait in which you live. A bait ne'eman. A bait shel Am Yisrael. A Jewish home has to be balanced. Moshe says, no. First of all, we need to educate the kids on Kiddush Shem Shamayim, which is a Kadosh Baruch Hu. We have to educate the kids on the Kadosh Baruch Hu. After that, we can take off other things as well. And that's education of the kids. And then on the other side, what's on the other side? The opposite side with blood on it as well. What is this? This is the understanding that the father has to have. It is not enough that you, which is a wonderful thing, work very hard to send your kids to go to learn Torah. Mister, you kids will be your mirror image of you. Do you learn Torah? Do you do what you demand from your children? You have to understand that you have an obligation as well to learn Torah. So your child will be able to do so. Because like this, you mechaven l'shem shamayim. This is what you aim from above. So now we're left with the fourth question. The fourth question is, what we said earlier, is why the Kadosh Baruch Hu tricking Moshe, or was telling Moshe to trick Paro. They said, we're only going for 3 days. We're only going to borrow. We're going to borrow from you the stuff. It's not really like it. The answer is quite interesting, I think. And this is an internal learning that we have to do. If Moshe Rabbeinu would have come to Paro and said to him, listen, Paro, you didn't treat us right. We are going now, and we ain't coming back. We're not coming back. What would have happened? Paro could have commanded everybody to kill them. First of all, one option, kill them. You're not going out. It's not a problem. I'm going to show you. You're not going to go out. Kill them all. Chaz v'shalom. But then he would do to you something else. He could have done something else. 1 second. Why do you want to go out? I understand. It is hard for you. I understand. You're upset. Relax. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. We'll talk. Shef Rega. Shef Habibi. Would you like something to drink? I'll pour you something to drink. Some fine whiskey. Would you like bourbon? Maybe gin. 1 gin and tonic. You want, what do you call this? James Bond, you know? Stirred, not mixed. I don't know. Stirred, shaken, yeah, whatever. Stirred, not shaken. I don't know. Whatever it is. What do you call this drink that he drinks? Can't remember. Martini. That's it. Martini. You want vodka martini? 2 martini, 1 vodka,
Cranberry.
ice, no cranberry. Cranberry is for ladies. You know, ice is like this, right? You want not a little bit of tonic or bitter, whatever he puts there. It's not a problem. Sit down, relax. Would you like a cigar? Give me a cigar. Got some fine Cubans here. Don't tell anybody. Got some fine Cubans. You Cubans, smell good. Relax. How do you feel? Feel good? Good. Now guess what? You're not going out. Because now we're buddies. Now you're not going out. Don't worry. Relax. It's okay. It's okay. I understand. I understand. Why do you need to tell them, I'm borrowing from you gold and silver and dresses? Why do I need to borrow? You're not borrowing it. You can demand. Say, yo, borrow. 210 years. We've been working here. Hard. You didn't pass anything. You didn't even pass minimum wage, for crying out loud. Nothing. Not even a pay stub. I don't have nothing in my Social Security. I want to go to pension. I don't have anything. What kind of thing is that? I want payment. I deserve it. I'm going to go to Supreme Court. Why do you tell him that? Tell him it's not a problem. Here, I'll pay you a little bit. Sit down, relax. How much is minimum wage? $7.20. I'll give you $7.50. Sit down. It's going to be okay. And you will take it and you will stay. You will stay a slave. You need to understand that each and every one of us has a little paro inside. That little paro is our Yetzer Hara. We have a little Yetzer Hara inside of us. And if you're going to come and immediately resist the Yetzer Hara, he would push you back. Right? Every action is a counteraction. And we'll start a battle, and then we will fall. If there is something in you, any change that you would do will have to be gradual, slowly. You have to trick the Yetzer Hara. Relax. I'm not Choser B'Tshuva. I'm just keeping Shabbat. I'm not keeping kosher. I'm just for a while keeping kosher. I'll make a deal with you. If we see something that we really, really like, I don't know, what's something that people like to eat? If I see lobsters, and I really, 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 really want to eat lobsters, if I really want it, then I'll eat the lobster. Good enough. Yes, I says, okay, beseder. Meanwhile, you're never going to eat it. But you need to tell the Yetzer Hara inside of you, I'm not going to do it. Change it slowly. If you change things rapidly, it becomes a commotion. In other words, the change that will happen inside of you will have to be gradual. You have to do it with chokhmah. Because if you will change it, it will create a lot of pressure inside of you. And that pressure would steam itself and it would erupt at a weak point that you would not have control over. And it's going to be messy. You have to do things slowly, slowly, slowly. Because you want to change it. You don't fight the Yetzer Hara. You make him work for you. This is the lesson that Paro, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is trying to teach Paro. And the Paro is saying, okay, fine, not a problem. Go ahead, go for 3 days. The Yetzer Hara will tell you, go ahead, you want to, fine, keep Shabbat. He said, no, I'm not Shomer Torah mitzvot. I'm just keeping Shabbat. Don't worry. You keep the distance, all of a sudden HaKadosh Baruch Hu will come and will put a wall of water and he will cross you the ocean because you just made the first step. All you got to do is to believe that you have the ability to break that Yetzer Hara from you, that you have the ability to change. All you got to understand is that. All you got to do is to want, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu will help you. יהי רצון שנזכה כולנו, that we should all merit, to be חוזר בתשובה שלמה לפני הקדוש ברוך הוא, כשם שעזר לנו במצרים וגאל אותנו והוציא אותנו מעבדות לחירות, כך יגאל אותנו ואת בנינו ונצא לחירות עולם, אמן כן יהי רצון.